Professional standards in sports massage. In this presentation, we will look at the different professional bodies that you can be a member of, CPD, how to deal with emergency situations within your practice, and your insurance requirements as a sports massage therapist. There are many professional organisations within sports massage that you can be a member of. Some focus purely on massage therapy, some focus on more holistic therapies. And the General Council of Massage Therapies set out some clear professional standards to be adhered to for all types of massage therapy, and they cover and work with other professional organisations such as the Sports Therapy Association and the Federation of Holistic Therapies. There are so many different organisations out there that you can be a member of, and you don't have to be a member of any of them, but we always recommend that you do because it sets you up to be professional as a sports massage therapist. They write out particular standards that you must adhere to. They help support you with CPD. You get support and advice from the members within those professional organisations as well. And you get extra benefits such as discounts on courses, discounts on sports massage products. So it's definitely worth being a member of an organisation. As a sports massage therapist, you are self-regulated. You don't have to join any type of organisation. But if we want to support the industry to be as professional as possible, we think it's very important that all massage therapists join an organisation. Even though sports massage is a self-regulated industry, it is important to understand what regulation means overall, and it's about ensuring the following principles are applied. The first one is proportionality, so the profession is governed by fairness and justice. The second is accountability, so therapists are held to a standard by clients, by peers, and by the profession. Consistency, therapists must offer a similar and high level of practice and approach with all clients. And transparency, the methods used are clear and open to regulation and critique. Now, as sports massage is self-regulated, it's important for us as therapists to focus on these ourselves. We aren't regulated by an external body that we get assessed to make sure that we're following these. It's about our own moral and integrity to follow this regulation procedure as much as possible. Continuing professional development. CPD is really important as a sports massage therapist to keep yourself educated and current with research and science to help support your clients further. It is a requirement of professional organisations. So if you join as a member, then you need to commit to a certain number of hours, which is normally around 40 hours of CPD over each year. And this quote is great for the HCPC, which tells you a bit more about what CPD is. So it's a range of learning activities through which health professionals maintain and develop throughout their career to ensure that they retain their capacity to practice safely, effectively, and legally within their evolving scope of practice. Now, this comes from the Healthcare Council, so it is more related to some of the regulated professions such as physiotherapy, but we can adopt this within sports massage therapy to ensure that we continue to practice safely and effectively and within our scope of practice.
And following on from that is continuing professional development, so CPD. And as I mentioned before, it's really important to keep yourself educated and up to date. So your knowledge doesn't stop at the end of this course. It is just a beginning in your soft tissue and sports massage training. And then just lastly, use your client experience as a way of learning and development and reflect on each case. So every time you see your client and you've gone through your treatment process with them and you've written your notes up, what else do you need to learn? What else do you need to see? What results did you get from that client? And how can you improve your treatment? So your knowledge doesn't just stop here when you finish this course. It's just opening it up for that sports massage education to really deepen your knowledge in this area.
Protocols for emergency situations. If you run your practice from home or within a clinic, you will need to have certain policies and insurances to ensure the safety of clients and yourselves for any emergency situations. You will need to have a policy for emergency situations such as a medical, fire or electrical. You should have therapist first aid training, which is also stipulated by the professional organisation. So you need a 1-day first aid training course certificate. You need to have specific child and vulnerable adult training, if appropriate, if you're working with that type of client, which is a DBS check. You will need to have a lone worker policy if yourself or any of the therapists that work within you are working on their own. Appropriate and adequate insurance. You must also provide access to a first aid box and a telephone within your clinic space or your home clinic space. And also, if you're working from home, just make sure that your home is compliant with health and safety regulations. If you work within an organisation, this will be slightly different, as the organisation will be responsible for a lot of those insurances and policies, but it does depend on whether you are an employee or are a self-employed contractor within the organisation. So if you're working with an organisation, you must make sure you yourself and your clients know the different organisational policies and procedures and health and safety. So who is responsible for the health and safety, whether it's you or whether it's the company that you're working with or for. You personally will need to make sure you have details of the organisation's insurance coverage and also your own, as you will still need insurance to practice. You also need to make sure that you know where the telephone and first aid kit can be found as well. Working at an event. If you're working at an event, you will need to make sure you understand the event organisers' policies and procedures and follow their own health and safety regulations and guidelines. They will often give you a fully equipped document that you need to follow and support you with that health and safety. But you also need to make sure that you have your own health and safety procedures in place as well, such as first aid, insurances as well. You need to agree the protocols with the organisation before the event to make sure you have the appropriate insurance coverage. So again, an event will support you to achieve all of those things. Sports massage insurance.
Insurance. You need adequate public liability and professional indemnity insurance to work as a massage therapist. Most insurance policies for massage combine both together, both the professional indemnity and the public liability, and most often will also add in medical malpractice as part of the policy. The company we recommend for insurance is Balin's Insurance, which you can get student insurance to practice as you're going through the course. Other things to consider: if you have your own clinic space, you will need further insurance such as building insurance, and if you have employees, then you will need employee liability insurance. In some areas of the UK, so some boroughs and some counties, they will ask for a special treatment licence to be able to practice. Mostly with sports massage, you don't need to, if you're part of the Sports Therapy Association. But the best thing to do is check with your local council when you're setting up a practice. The main thing is that you are insured to keep you covered and safe. And every time that you complete any CPD, send your certificate over to your insurance company to add on to your policy. The next one is just the difference about public liability and professional indemnity. So public liability insurance covers accidental bodily injury by you or your business, and also covers third-party property damage, such as damage to possessions or property belonging to a client or a member of the public while you're practicing. For example, you may stand on someone's phone or something like that. Professional indemnity insurance covers claims arising from advice. It's generally for businesses and therapists that provide specialist advice. So if you recommend certain types of treatment or certain types of exercises to clients, then you are covered under the professional indemnity insurance. And finally, further reading and resources on professional practice in sports massage. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation, and please remember to complete your workbook on professional practice.